Hi, my friends. We want to learn how to compare a verb, a noun, an adjective, an adverb in French. It is so easy to learn because we don't need to know if an adjective is a small syllable or big syllable. We use the same thing for both. So the thing that we need to know if we want to compare an adjective is that we need to use plus plus adjective plus que. And if you want to use less, you need to say moins, again, adjective and que. And you can use aussi plus adjective plus que if two persons are in the same level. So we go for the examples. So here, if you want to compare the smartness of yourself with your friend, and if you are smarter than your friend, smart is an adjective. So you start by using je suis. And because you are smarter than your friend, you say plus intelligent que, par exemple, mon ami. My friend, I am smarter than my friend. Je suis plus intelligent que mon ami. So, and in the same case, if you want to use your friend at the beginning, you say mon ami est moins intelligent que moi. So the meaning of those phrases is the same thing, but just you change the subject. And when you change the subjects, because you are comparing, you need to use for the first one plus, and for the second one is moins. But let's imagine that you and your friends are in the same level of IQ or intelligence. So you say, je suis aussi intelligent que mon ami. Je suis plus intelligent que mon ami. So it is about the adjective, but we need to pay attention to the adjectives that we use. If the subject that you are using is feminine, you need to change the adjectives, as you know, and we have the video about how to change the adjectives for the feminine or plural subjects. You can check it out. And just here, I want to give you an example about the feminine adjectives, feminine subjects. If I say here, Marie est plus grande, because Marie, c'est une femme. Donc, vous devez ajouter E. You need to have E at the end because Marie, c'est féminin. That's why I say Marie est plus grande que sa sœur. Marie is taller than her sister. So same thing if you want to say sa sœur est moins grande que Marie. But if they are as tall as, if Marie is as tall as her sister, you can say Marie est aussi grande que sa sœur. But if I change the subject to masculine, so if instead of Marie, if I say Paul, because Paul is masculine, say Paul est plus grand, not grande, we say grand, plus grand que son frère. Paul is taller than his brother. Again, you say son frère est moins grand que Paul. His brother is less tall than Paul. But if they are, if Paul is as tall as his brother, you say Paul est aussi grand que son frère. So as you see, just I changed these adjectives because Marie is feminine. I need to add a grande, but Paul is masculine. That's why I don't add any e, and we know that we don't pronounce any consonant at the end of the word. So that's why we say grand. If you want to know how we pronounce the letter in French, we have the video's pronunciation. Please check it out. And we can also compare the adverb and the verb and the noun. I go with the adverb because you are using the same structure for the adverb. So before that, I want to just make sure that you know how we make an adverb. So to make an adverb in French, we have 3 steps to make. The first step is, so I want you to choose your adjective in masculine form. So I say here, sérieux. And the second step is I want you to change to feminine form. So you know that if you have X at the end, and if you wanted to change to feminine form, so you need to just to change X to S, and you need to add E at the end. For if we pronounce this one sérieux, but this one sérieuse. Par exemple, we say un garçon sérieux, but we say une fille sérieuse. In sérieux, because fille is a girl, but garçon is a boy. So for this one, we say sérieux, and for the girl, we say sérieuse. And the third step is that you need to keep a feminine form, it is sérieuse, and you need to add mon, M-E-N-T, without any space. You say sérieusement, seriously. This is the same thing, sérieusement. It works for any adjective, just we have some exceptions that we don't work on that. So because we want just to compare, to know how to compare the adjectives for now, the adverbs for now. So here, so if you want to compare the adverb, here you need to say, par exemple, Paul travaille plus sérieusement que son cousin. Paul travaille plus sérieusement que son cousin. Ça veut dire que Paul works more seriously than his cousin. So this is the same thing. If you say son cousin travaille moins sérieusement que Paul. C'est la même chose if they are working in the same level. So you say Paul travaille aussi sérieusement que son cousin. So it is about the adverb. But we know that we can compare the verb and the noun. I can say it is the same structure, but it's a little different when we want to compare 2 nouns in the same level. So the things that we need to know, it is here. So we need to have plus de plus noun and plus que. And it is the same thing. You say moins plus de plus noun plus que. And here you say autant instead of aussi. If you want to compare the noun, you need to use autant plus de and plus noun and plus que. So I want just to insist the difference between the adjectives and the noun here. So you have plus adjective que, but in the if you want to compare the noun, you need to add the preposition de plus plus noun, and after that que. And the other adjective and other difference that you have with the adjective between adjective and the noun is that you have aussi plus adjective plus que, but here you have autant. Instead of aussi, you need to say autant. But you need to keep the preposition de when you want to compare any noun. So here I say Sylvie. Sylvie a plus de stylos que sa sœur. Sylvie a plus de stylos que sa sœur. So we are comparing the pens. So that's why we are comparing the pens that Sylvie has and her sister has. So because Sylvie has more pens, so that's why we add plus, but we don't forget to add de. So we say Sylvie a plus de stylos que sa sœur. Et c'est la même chose, we say sa sœur a moins de stylos que Sylvie. As you can see, just I add always the preposition de, always the preposition de. And if just imagine that Sylvie and her sister, they have, both of them, they have just 5 stylos. So for 5 pens. So this is the same quantity. So that's why you say Sylvie a autant de stylos que sa sœur. Again, I want you to pay attention. The only things that is different if you want to compare the noun is always the preposition de that you need to add front of the verb, front of the noun. And also the other things you need to pay attention that it is aussi. You need to use autant instead of aussi if you want to compare the noun. Here, we have aussi intelligent que mon ami, but here c'est autant de stylos que sa sœur. So because stylo, it is a noun. And we can also compare the verb. But the only difference that we have here in the verb, when we want to compare the verb, we need to not have any space between plus and que. So it means that when you want to compare an adjective, so you say plus adjective, plus adjective que. But here, if you want to compare a verb, you don't have, you have a verb plus que. As you see, you don't have any space between plus and que. Same thing, you can say plus que, you can have moins verbe, moins que, verbe, moins que, et après ça, vous pouvez avoir verbe autant que. Au lieu d'avoir aussi que, vous devez avoir autant que. Juste des exemples pour comparer les verbes. Par exemple, je dis Valérie Valérie travaille plus que, Valérie travaille plus que Sylvie. Valérie travaille plus que Sylvie. Vous voyez, il n'y a aucun espace ici. Vous avez le sujet, vous avez le verbe et après le verbe, vous avez plus et vous avez que. Si je change Sylvie et je mets Sylvie comme le sujet, vous pouvez dire Sylvie. Sylvie travaille moins que Valérie. Sylvie travaille moins que Valérie. Vous avez le sujet, vous avez le verbe et vous avez moins que, sans espace ici, et après ça, Valérie. Mais si Sylvie travaille 8 heures par jour et Valérie travaille 8 heures par jour, vous devez dire Sylvie travaille autant que Valérie. Autant que Valérie. C'est bon? Alors, ici, comme on compare le verbe. Le verbe. Alors, il n'y a aucun espace entre plus, moins, autant que et que. Mais vous devez faire attention que nous utilisons aussi autant si on compare les verbes. Je dois dire qu'il y a des exceptions en français. Les exceptions, c'est que on ne dit pas le plus bon. Le plus bon, c'est pas correct. Vous pouvez dire meilleur. Vous devez dire meilleur. Ça dépend de genre. La meilleure, meilleure avec S au sens. Donc, on n'a pas, je dois juste mettre ici, on n'a pas le plus bon. Vous devez dire meilleur. Et c'est la même chose. Vous ne pouvez pas dire, pardon, je ne dois pas dire plus bon. Plus bon, vous devez dire juste meilleur. Vous devez dire meilleur. Et après ça, vous pouvez, vous ne devez pas dire plus bien. Plus bien. Vous devez dire mieux. C'est la même chose que vous avez en anglais. You don't say plus gooder or more good. You say better. So that's why meilleur, it is better. So we don't use plus bon because plus bon is not good. It's not correct. You say meilleur. And we don't say plus bien. We say mieux. So here, if I want you to give you some example here, I say, je prends je prends meilleure note que toi. I got a better mark than you. So I don't say plus bonne note que toi. C'est je prends meilleure note que toi. But I say here, je travaille mieux que toi. I work better than you. It is here, so but mieux, it is an adverb, but meilleur, c'est adjective. But again, you need to pay attention because je, it is feminine that I add e at the end. It is, we have also plus mauvais. Plus mauvais. We prefer to not use plus mauvais. We can use pire que ça. Alors, c'est worse, in this is better, and this is worse. It is the same thing in French. You say, je prends, je dois juste ajouter un S ici, parce que j'ai oublié S. Ici, vous devez ajouter un S. C'est la même chose ici. Vous devez ajouter oups, je dois ajouter un S parce que quand vous conjuguez le verbe prendre, vous devez ajouter un S. Je prends une pire note que toi. Une pire note que toi. Worse mark than you. So it is all about the compare, if you want to compare, and we can use a superlatif as well. It is comparatif et nous avons le superlatif as well. Superlatif, it's easier because it is just you need to add le la. So here, just I want to compare two houses. So if one house is like $200, if 200 square feet or 200 meters, this is a mètre, I can say here, mètre. And the other house is 300 mètres. And the other one is 400 mètres. Okay, so I want to compare those houses. So this is the first house, and so just it is, I want to add some owners here. It is Jack, and this is Nancy, and this is Audrey. So I want to compare those houses. I say la maison de Jacques, la maison de Jacques est plus grande parce que la maison c'est féminin, donc je dois ajouter E. La maison de Jacques est plus grande que la maison de Nancy. Alors, parce que la maison est, c'est la maison, je pense que j'ai fait une erreur ici. Alors, je dois dire que la maison de Nancy est plus grande que la maison de Jacques. OK? Plus grande que la maison de Jacques. Et aussi, je dois dire que la maison d'Audrey est plus grande que la maison de Jacques. La maison de Jacques. Alors, la maison d'Audrey est la plus grande. So, you have 3 houses and we want to compare 3 houses. So, here, the Audrey's house is the biggest one. So, biggest, it means that it is a superlative. So, it is the biggest one. So, that's why if you want to say bigger, so here I say la maison de Nancy est plus grande que la maison de Jacques. I say Nancy's house is bigger than Jack's house. And here I say la maison Audrey's house is again bigger than Jack's house. So we have this result that the Nancy's house is the biggest. So if you want to say that, you say la maison d'Audrey. La maison d'Audrey est la plus grande. La plus grande. So the only difference that you you can see here. So first of all, when you say is biggest, so you compare, but you don't compare two choses. This is the biggest one. It is superlative. So you don't have que after. And the other thing is that it depends on the gender that you are using. You need to add the lo, la. So here, la maison d'Audrey est la plus grande. The biggest, it is la plus grande. So, but if I want to change the idea and I say la maison de Jacques, la maison de Jacques est moins grande que la maison de Nancy. La maison de Nancy, Jack's house is less bigger than Nancy's house. And here I say la maison d'Audrey, la maison de Nancy est moins grande que la maison d'Audrey. So this is the result. The Jack's house is the smallest one. So that's why we can also say la maison de Jacques. La maison de Jacques est moins grande que la maison d'Audrey. So Jack's house is the smallest one. So if you want to say that it is superlative, smallest, it is the superlative. You say la maison de Jacques est la moins grande. La moins grande. It is superlative, la moins grande. So it is the same thing if you want to use for masculine, but instead of la plus grande, la moins grande, you can say le moins grand, le plus grand. So it is all about the superlative et comparatif. Merci.